All right, we're recording now, so it's official. Okay, so like I was saying, in a real virtual party, you're only going to have, 5, 6 guests here, and you're going to want to just small talk, chat with them, make them feel welcome as they come on. Hopefully you'll be able to see their little names down there so you can recognize who's who. You have 2 or 3 details on them. And, this wouldn't be the time to call them out and say, hey, I heard you have diabetes or something like that. But to just be friendly, make them feel important. That's what this is all about. And that's why these are so effective, because we are most effective as ambassadors when we're touching people on a personal level. Would you all agree? So that's the whole concept of these. And I was just showing my notes real quickly. I'll show it again since now I'm recording. So just so you guys get it, this is really such a simple concept, but I didn't get it until I read it over 6 times. And then, so you've got in your notes, so Tuesday's virtual party. I have a 6 p.m. slot. Normally I would have a 6:45 slot. You want to do them back to back just for time's sake. But, since we have people in different time zones so far in Extreme, we're doing a 6 p.m. and an 8 p.m. Then we've got the leader's name, the guest's name, and a couple details about that guest. I didn't do it on this side, and I just totally made these up. But then down here, you're going to have the leader 2-minute testimonial. Make sure you got that covered. And then who's covering the X factor for this meeting. That's all you need. You only need to assign out, 2 different people to do 2 separate things, and it's literally like a 2-minute assignment. So quick and easy. Okay. So now bear with me. This is the first one of these I've ever done, and I've never even seen one. So I get the concept of it, but we're just going to run through it just as if this were live. And our goal is to end about 25 minutes after. And then we want to leave 5 minutes for questions. Okay. So welcome. I'm so glad that everyone made it tonight. My name is Whitney War. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, and I'm so excited to share some information with you tonight that I hope you will find very, very beneficial. So just a little bit about me. These products have been completely life-changing for my family. I joined for the income first, and so that's not initially what I was looking for, but in the long run, what I've realized is that help that these products have brought to our family is even better than any income that we have made, any free car or free vacation that we've earned. The products have been absolutely life-changing for my oldest son, who dealt with a lot of issues before Plexus. Just to name, probably the most severe were he really dealt with anxiety and depression. He had a lot of sinus problems and really miserable seasonal allergies. Now notice I'm not being compliant here, and I will mention the disclaimer, but where you have such a small personal group, then that does give you the freedom to be a little more lenient in what you're saying, okay? So blah, 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 and my husband even was told he'd have to have a surgery, and about 5 months into Plexus, 100% pain-free, and has been since. So what a blessing. We really, praise these products for so many reasons that you can see. And I do want to share that these experiences that you're going to hear are all our personal experiences, and Plexus worldwide does not claim to cure, treat, prevent, or diagnose any disease. And these statements have not been regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. So just keep that in mind as we go. So next, I am going to have the privilege to talk about the Slim. The Slim is Plexus's cornerstone product. And it's a little drink packet that you put into 8 to 12 ounces of water and drink it down once or twice a day. My recommendation is first thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything else to get the most benefit. You may be wondering, well, what does it taste like? If it's good for me, it can't taste good, right? But actually, it's got a really yummy cherry Tootsie Pop flavor, and I really look forward to drinking my Slim every day, as most people do. Even my kids love it, and it's so great for them to get the benefits as well. So the purpose of the Slim is to regulate your blood sugar levels. Now you may be thinking, but I'm not diabetic, I'm not hypoglycemic, but you still have your glucose levels kind of go through a balancing act and a roller coaster throughout the day, even if you don't deal with severe issues. And that leads to a lot of inflammation and problems in the body over time. It also creates fatigue and irritability and, you know, a lot of other issues. And so if you research the benefits of balanced blood sugar, which you get from chromium, which is one of the main ingredients, alpha lipoic acid is an incredible ingredient, chlorogenic acid, I would just encourage you to research these ingredients, and you're going to love this product and want to take it every day. The benefits are just absolutely awesome. So like I mentioned, some of the benefits of Slim and balanced blood sugar, reduced cravings, better sleep, better energy, better mood, just to name a few. And so that's the Slim. So we absolutely love that. I think I would probably choose to mute just because there's a lot of background noise. And I probably should remember to do that before. Oh, now I see you guys are muting yourselves. That's okay, helpful. Okay, perfect. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse. Now, these two products, along with the Slim, make up what they call the triplex, which is Plexus's best-selling combo for such good reason. Now, if you do your research, you'll find that any type of poor health or disease stems from blood sugar instability, poor gut health, or inflammation. And these three products address all three of those areas, and they really complement each other and work together in doing so. The ProBio 5 is so much more than just a probiotic. It's a supercharged, freeze-dried probiotic, which has huge benefits alone. And they've added really incredible antifungals and enzymes, which make all the difference. That puts this in a whole different category than a probiotic, because it can actually eliminate and dissolve the bad at the same time it's building up the good. And that is where all the difference comes from with the ProBio 5. This is definitely the most life-changing product that Plexus has, and I just think everyone in America should be on the ProBio 5. It is absolutely a game changer. Then the BioCleanse, this is my personal favorite, the one I think gets understated the most for the value that it has. The BioCleanse is an incredible magnesium supplement which has so many benefits that come along with it. The main ingredients are, it's a magnesium hydroxide. It's an oxygenated form of magnesium. And so this, not only does it oxygenate your cells and also like cleanse your arteries and your bowels, but it boosts collagen. It helps to promote a healthy metabolism. It helps with energy. It helps with muscle cramps and health. I mean, it's got so many benefits, this little bottle here. And for anyone like me that had bathroom issues before Plexus, whether you're going too much or not enough, 2 times a day is the optimal goal, right? Does everyone know that? You should be flushing a good bowel movement twice a day or more for optimal health. You've got to get those toxins out. And if not, it really, really affects your body in so many ways. Just a fun fact, the average person carries anywhere from 8 to 20 pounds of built up waste in their system. So the BioCleanse can really help push that waste out and start helping you feel energized and oxygenated. The benefits of being alkaline are huge. Disease cells actually cannot survive in a highly oxygenated environment, and so that's another benefit that can come with the BioCleanse. Okay, so those are the 3 triplex products, and now it is my privilege to have someone else share their pleximony. That's what we call a Plexus Health testimony, and that is going to be Brianna. So I'll turn it over to Bri.
Hey, all right, so I've got 2 minutes, so I'm going to make it quick. So a little bit about me. I am a personal trainer certified through ACE for almost 5 years and a fitness instructor. So when I heard about Plexus, I actually never believed in supplements before. As a personal trainer, when people would ask me about supplements or pre-workouts, I was completely against them, telling them, you need to get your nutrition through your foods, right? Anyway, but I did have some health concerns, and my main issue was plantar fasciitis, and that's pain in my feet. And my girlfriend, Nicole, she's the one that introduced me to Plexus and told me about how Plexus would help with that. Now, I was a huge skeptic at first. And so I didn't believe her at first because I've been dealing with plantar fasciitis for about 4 years. I also recently, the past year and a half, had sciatica come on, and that's where the shocks go down my legs. And I couldn't run anymore. And running was one of my passions. I've done a couple marathons, a lot of half marathons, and I love running. Anyway, but I had to stop running. But I could do my other workouts, so it was okay. I was fine. Anyway, so I watched her post for a while on Facebook and finally decided I was going to try it. She actually gave me a sample, and within a week, my foot pain was gone, and I couldn't even believe it. So I got on and ordered Plexus. She told me I needed to add a couple other products, and that was the probiotic and the BioCleanse. I had no idea what they would do for my body, but she just told me this is what you need to get because this is what people start on. So I got on it, and personally, I didn't feel like I had any health issues. I did struggle with IBS issues, and the doctors didn't know why. I was taking a probiotic actually from the natural grocery store, spending more money on that probiotic, but it wasn't doing its job. And so I felt like, well, I already have a probiotic. Like, I don't need another one. But anyway, I just trusted Nicole on what she gave me. Funny thing happened. I got on that. My sciatica went away. I noticed my sugar cravings decreasing big time, which was really cool. My IBS was gone, whereas the doctors had no idea why I had all these IBS issues. And then I noticed my energy was up. My 3 p.m., I never got that 3 p.m. dip ever again. Like, I feel awesome all the time. And my favorite is the BioCleanse, just like Whitney mentioned. So one thing I did notice is that my muscles were recovering really quickly, and I just felt really good. I seriously ached all the time, and I just think my body was completely depleted of nutrients. Even though I was eating healthy, I wasn't getting what my body needed. And I really feel like our foods just don't have enough nutrition for us in our life. Anyway, a couple other things that happened. I lost over 15 pounds, which was really cool, without going on some crazy strict diet. I actually started Plexus right after I had my baby, and all my baby weight came off really quickly. Nothing like super fast, a steady pace of weight loss, but it was awesome. Other things that I've noticed is that my dizzy spells are gone. I used to be dizzy all the time. I've actually fainted in pregnancy before because of my blood pressure being so low. Now my blood pressure is regulated, and I've had that tested, and it's a normal range, which is awesome because the doctors were always worried about how low my blood pressure was. It wasn't a bad thing, but I always felt dizzy all the time. And then I used to be cold all the time. I'm not cold all the time anymore, which is really cool. And then my biggest thing I love too is I'm off anxiety medication. So I had a lot of anxiety, not a lot, I had a little anxiety, I should say, but I didn't realize how important your gut health is and what that's linked to your neurotransmitters in your brain. So I got my gut really healthy on Plexus for about 4 months, and then I decided to go off my medications, and I have felt great ever since. So really awesome. I love Plexus. I love helping people now get healthy.
I love it. Thanks for sharing that, Bree. That's really powerful. And coming from a previous skeptic.
Mm-hmm. Big skeptic.
Yeah, big skeptic.
I've got all the dirt about Plexus, all of it. But you know, I just trusted my friend. I was like, you know what? It worked for her. I'm going to give it a try. And it completely changed my life.
And thank goodness you did. That's so awesome, Bree. Thanks for sharing that. So I had actually asked someone to highlight the X Factor, and apparently my message didn't go through, and I just realized that and found out. So I'm just going to actually, I see Emily's here. Do you mind doing X Factor for us real quick, Emily? I know you could do that one on the fly. You're awesome. Seriously, 1 or 2 minutes so fast. Surprise!
This is all just ambassadors, right?
Yes, it is. Hi, Jed. Jed, what do you know about X Factor? Tell us in 1 minute.
He actually was just saying, is that why I take the bio cleanse?
Oh,
Because
I
you
love
were
it.
explaining.
Okay,
Anyway.
that's so awesome.
I would love to share about the X Factor. So our X Factor is our incredible, like supercharged multivitamin. And the reason it's supercharged, a couple different things. One, it has aloe in it, which means that we absorb, when you take it, you absorb the nutrients in it, not only what's in the X Factor, but in anything else that you're taking right along with it, any other supplements or foods you're eating with it. We absorb up to 300 to 400% more. It's also very soothing and gentle on the stomach. And so one thing that I noticed with the X Factor, have you guys ever taken a multivitamin and then afterwards, when you go to the bathroom, your pee is yellow?
Mm-hmm.
It's because you're not absorbing the nutrients, or there's more in there than your body can absorb. So you'll never have that with the X Factor. You also notice your hair and your nails growing like crazy because you're absorbing all of those good nutrients. And the other thing that let me back up. The second thing in it that's different is the New Zealand blackcurrant, which is an incredible, very powerful antioxidant and also a very rich source of iron. So you won't see iron listed on the X Factor as an ingredient, but it is there. And I know of people who were getting iron infusions on a regular basis because they were so anemic that no longer do that because of the X Factor. So that's an incredible benefit too. And then the last thing that I love about the X Factor is it's actually, I'm going to say this wrong because I'm not prepared, but we use a natural form of the vitamins. So like most multivitamins will have folic acid in it. We actually have folate, which is a natural form, not a synthetic form, and it can be absorbed by more people. So some people will absorb better by everyone, but some people specifically will have a gene mutation. Whitney, is it MTHFR?
Yep, you got it.
Which means that they can't absorb, and not only can they not absorb, but it actually can be harmful for them, the synthetic kind. And so
I'm not trying to interrupt you, but did you hear Tara's presentation on that it's up to 50% of people now that have that gene mutation?
I didn't. That's amazing.
That's insane.
Okay, so just an awesome extra benefit from X Factor. So definitely the X Factor is something that you'll want in your arsenal of supplements, because
arsenal, I like that.
Arsenal to fight that disease. And I'll add to, like Whitney talked about, the triplex combo, which kind of addresses those root causes of our health concerns and gets our body in this kind of optimal condition to absorb the nutrients that we get from our food and from vitamins. So you start that and then add the X Factor and you got your body working right, and now you're giving it the extra nutrition and nutrients that it needs. So
love it. Thanks for sharing that, Emily. Okay, so next, it's my privilege to just share my financial testimonial with Plexus, because that is in and of itself every bit as beneficial as these life-changing products. The income opportunity that Plexus provides is second to none. And they're able to do that because they're a debt-free company, and they believed that network marketing could be done better. And they went out and created their own comp plan, which is just unbelievably generous. It's like nothing else that's out there. And please trust me, because I did the research. I actually joined Plexus because of the compensation plan. After a ton of research, I was desperately looking for the fastest way to make income possible, to save the purchase of a dream home that God kind of put into our hands, and that we were at the risk of losing very quickly when we lost the majority of our income very quickly. And so my journey started for the business, and I jumped in full force from day one, even before I officially joined Plexus. And I had very quick success because of the way I was sharing. I had a goal to earn over $3,000 my first month, and I actually well exceeded that goal. Within 9 months, I had earned a free Lexus. I had hit the Emerald level, which is a six-figure income on average annually, and I earned a free trip to Hawaii, and I just haven't looked back since. I hit the Sapphire promotion in March of last year, and that comes with almost double the income and the extra perks as well. And it's been an incredible journey for my family, and how it's blessed us financially is just unbelievable. And so I just have so much confidence in this opportunity, and I believe it's for everyone that chooses to take advantage of it. And I just can't say enough about the incredible, generous comp plan that Plexus offers. Okay, so we're going to switch gears here and do some Q&A. So I'm going to go ahead and allow you guys to unmute yourselves if you have a question. We've got just a small group here, right? Just our small group of 5 guests. So all you guests can go ahead and just ask any questions that you can think of. So now here, I'm going to get your feedback on this, guys, because I will tell you, it's in the outline. If you noticed, it has Q&A with an expert, and then it goes over how to purchase the products and the cost. I'm guessing that's probably going to come up in Q&A if you don't cover it first. Do you guys agree with me? Because I think we ought to cover that first, like eliminate cost objections and then say this is how you purchase Plexus and then do Q&A. That would be my preference. You guys agree? Okay. I'm going to switch that on the outline. So
Whitney, I have just a thought about that, about maybe why, because if it does come up in Q&A, you can address it. But I wonder if some people, if they have questions and then they hear the price, they may not ask the questions because they dismiss that. Although maybe if you cover cost objections when you cover the price, but that's just a thought that popped into my head, is maybe that's why she saves it till the end, so people don't think, oh, never mind, I don't need to ask that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe just get them everything they need and then save price for last.
Yeah. Because I'm just thinking, like, if we're saying Q&A, that's going to be the first question on their mind is how much does it cost? And so I want to go over cost objections before they ask that question personally. Like, I don't feel comfortable just letting them say, well, how much does it cost? You know, I would rather like say, now odds are you're already spending the money somewhere. So I want you to ask yourself, do you drink soda? Do you drink coffee? Do you drink energy drinks? Do you buy fast food? Do you buy junk food? All these things, you know, do you spend money on weight loss products? Do you spend money on over-the-counter medication, prescription medication?
I wonder if that's something that we could build into the testimony. Like when if I'm the leader conducting the call, if I could build that right into, I don't know.
Yeah, like say, and I actually found that, you know, I was already spending the money anyway. I was just spending it differently.
Exactly. See, I don't know.
Now, maybe what I think I'll ask Emily if there's a reason why she does Q&A before the cost, because to me, that's just going to be their first question. So I would rather address the cost objections and then, you know, here's how to purchase. And then does anyone have any questions? That just feels so much more comfortable to me, but maybe there's a reason she does it this way that we don't know of, or that we can't see yet, besides what you said, and Stacy agreed with you. So maybe this is an area for figuring it out before we do our own. Michelle said, I don't think we need to discuss the cost of the products, but how can they purchase them? Retail preferred ambassador as well as cost objections. Okay, so like not give a number. Sorry.
I actually asked Emily about this today. I didn't ask her why she saved it till last, but someone on my team had the question. If she went over the ways to purchase or all 3 prices or what. She said the only thing she does, and it's really fast, is cover the wholesale cost, and then that they can talk to their ambassador about other ways to purchase, because just for time purposes. So that's how she does it.
Okay, I get that, really but I'm not going to say I like it. I hate it. I personally hate it.
You know what? This is what's great about this is we can do it. I don't think there's like a set way that we have to do things so that it'll be like a magic opportunity event that grows our team. Like I think we can change things up and
exactly, and maybe try it different ways. But I'm just saying, I feel like if we throw did you say wholesale cost is what she meant?
Only the wholesale is all.
Okay.
Yeah. She just says this is the wholesale cost when you join our team. And that, I don't remember exactly, but it seems like she said that they could talk to their ambassador about their other options and what would be best.
Yeah, I can see how you could throw that in really quickly and just say, as an ambassador, the triplex is $109.95 and the X Factor, because she always promotes the X Factor with the triplex. And then maybe she just says your ambassador will contact you after this to go over the different purchasing options with you, which is fine. But I just think you should do some cost objections first, because that's always, I think overall cost objection is the number one thing that holds people back. And I think if you don't bring it up first, then that to them is a barrier that they can't get over. So that's just my personal opinion. I didn't even really think about it till we were running through here, and I was like, hang on a second, Q&A and then bring it up, because they're going to bring it up in the questions if you don't. So I don't know.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, please do.
I was just thinking maybe she does questions before the cost just because she knows it's going to be brought up. And then that's her way of introducing it all and maybe saying the cost objections right up front.
So she waits for them to ask, and then she says,
I don't know. And then maybe it's not, and then it cuts down on time too, maybe. I don't know.
That's true. That's a good idea. Okay. Well, I say we ask her, and then I say we maybe try it a couple different ways and decide what we think is best. So anyways, well, obviously we've used our time and we don't have time for Q&A, but now it's, so obviously, yeah. So thanks for joining in, everyone. I so appreciate your time. Thanks for your questions. I hope that you really benefited from our little time together here. So your friend that invited you is going to be contacting you right after we get offline here. So just look for that message from them. And thank you so much again. Have a good night. That's it. The end. Voila. Okay. So we're all good. And I don't know if we want to leave discussion up for a minute, or I just want to read all the chat messages before we go. Thank goodness I didn't get the message, Emily. That was awesome and way more fabulous info than I would have offered. Stacy, you're silly.
Do you feel like it would be okay to go overtime if they still have more questions? I guess you just closed it, but should you go as long as they have questions? I mean, what do you think? Or you should say, hey, if your time's short, you can hop off, but anyone that wants to stay on longer for more questions, like what would you do? Because sometimes you can open up to a big discussion.
Well, that's a great thing, Bree, and I'll answer that. I don't think that I would, for a couple of reasons. One, because people always have more questions and you could go on for an hour. And I think we need to show them, one, that we're respectful of their time, two, that we can do it quickly, and for future calls, because hopefully they join and they start inviting people to the calls. And so I think that we need to be, if we say it's 30 minutes, we want it to be 30 minutes. So I think when we open Q&A, say, we have just 5 minutes for questions. And if we aren't able to answer all of them, I know that the ambassador who invited you will be happy to help finish answering them up when we're done. So you set that expectation. And then the second reason is because she schedules calls back to back. So she gives herself 45 minutes. So she's got a 15-minute window between that and the next call. So a little bit of maybe overage time to send messages out and say, shoot them this message really quick. And what does she say? Are you ready to order, or do you have other questions? So I think we need to, the whole point about this is that it's fast and it's short and it's simple. So I think if we let them go longer, we're going to start losing people.
Well, and not only that you're losing them, but the whole concept of this is to keep it so short and sweet that they look at that and they're like, wow, I could do that. Wow, that only took 30 minutes. And it was totally lots of information. And I think that's the thing, is that the whole purpose of keeping them back to back is that you show that this can be done quickly. It can be done, with impact very easily. And if they have more questions, that the person that invited them here is totally capable of answering those questions afterwards. So we're just covering the basics here. That's what this is for. It's not like if they have question after question, then I think it's really best if you say, well, we're we've run out of time, but the person that invited you here tonight is going to be contacting you now to see if you have any more questions. And so they'll be able to answer those for you there. So I agree. Keep it short and sweet. No exceptions. So, all right. Any other thoughts before we go? You guys are awesome for jumping on. I hope you get the concept of it. It's so simple. Every single one of you guys is more than capable and knowledgeable enough to do one of these. And Emily, do you mind telling them? She booked 2 already, and she's got like almost all of her slots filled with guests already. Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, I am really excited. I actually was not expecting them to fill up so quickly because Emily said it took a little while to get things rolling, but I put out 4 different times to my level 1s only yesterday afternoon. And within 3 hours, I had one of them almost completely full, 4 of the slots. And then the other 3, I had, knock it off. Sorry, the other 3, I had 2 each. And now I've got, I think both of my Thursday night slots are full. And I have a couple people in both my Wednesday nights. So they're still working on it, but I really would love to have them full. So if any of you guys would like to attend as just mock people, or if you've got somebody like a potential that would commit and come if you reached out to them tomorrow, just send me a quick message. I don't want to open it up to everyone if my level 1s can get people there, so I need to give them a chance, but I don't want to go into tomorrow night with 2 people in the room. I mean, not that it's bad to have 2 people in the room, but anyway, I had an amazing response. And this was the great thing, is that I had, I don't know, I'm just super excited to be working so closely with my level 1s.
Yeah.
Not that the rest of my team isn't awesome and amazing and I don't want to help them, but I feel like that our personal business and our level 1s are always like, they're what make us strong and wide. And I feel like sometimes I have a hard time really like connecting and helping my level 1s. And I feel like I already can tell a difference. So I'm really, really excited for this. And I loved tonight. I thought it was perfect. It was simple and it felt really personable. And it made me smile and be excited about the products. So
yeah, I love it. And can I just point out too, like I'm kind of like obsessive over the products a little bit, and I've presented them so much that, I do share a lot of more in-depth info on the products, but that's not necessary. Like, you can honestly use the info on the product cards and sound like you know what you're talking about just as much as any of the extra info that Emily and I threw in there. So, if that overwhelmed you a little bit and you're like, I don't know what methylation is, I don't understand, like, what hydrogen blah, 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 blah means, like, that doesn't matter. Just use the stuff on the product cards. Like, that's still way more than they know. So it doesn't really matter. Wouldn't you agree, Emily? Like, you can make it simpler than that even.
Yeah, I do. And I think that there is not one leader on my team who could not do what you did tonight, Whitney. And I also was just thinking it might be fun to before they do their own calls, to let them take one of mine even, or to do a mock call like this with them or something like. So if you guys are on my team and you want to do that before you launch into your own, if you want to do
a practice
test run with me, I'd be more than happy to do that with you too. Because I seriously think anyone could do this. If you've recruited someone or gotten a customer, you can do what we just did tonight.
I love it. Okay, I think we had a question.
Oh, I have a question. Your level 1s you're reaching out to, Emily, are these people that actually want to do the business or get their product paid for? Or are you reaching out to every single level 1 saying, hey, will you do me a favor and message this out to people so that you can get them on a call? I don't know.
I haven't said that exactly, but I love the idea of that. But I have reached out to a few people who are wholesalers and just said, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Like my normal check-in. And when they've responded, I'm doing awesome, love the product, whatever, I've said, I would love to help you get this paid for. I am doing something new that I'm really excited about, and I know we could get you a few customers really easily. Would you be interested in sending this? Here's a quick message you could send out. And I've had good response to that. I don't have any of them that have guests on for the next couple of nights, but I think you could take it either way, that way or what you just said. Just would you be willing to do me a favor, and maybe we can help each other out,
Yeah, I love it.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
So good. So good. So yeah, and this is a proven system, you guys. We got this system directly from two of the leaders that are the fastest growing in the whole company right now. And this is part of the reason why, they've given us step by step what's working for them. So we need to just trust in this system. And, of course, if we see ways that we want to change it up just a little bit, but we don't want to change the system overall because it's proven. So anyways, but it's something everyone is capable of. And if you guys take this and run with it, like, this is your chance to step up as a leader. You are capable of doing it yourself. And it's so powerful if you do it. We look like the Grady Bunch. We sure do. So
one more question.
Hey, Bree.
When you have the event, let's say it's happening Thursday night, did you have your first people send out all the messages on Monday? Like, how many days before the event do you send out the messages? Does that make sense?
I sent mine out yesterday, Monday, for Wednesday and Thursday night.
Okay.
And honestly, like, my Thursday night filled up and my Wednesday night hasn't, but I think that's because of the times, because I did. Anyway, I was trying to accommodate lots of different time zones. But I just
what time does it work? What time?
So Thursday, 7 and 7:45 here. Okay. Those filled up with local people and Eastern time zone people. My Wednesday night, I did later because Emily does hers later. And for me, later is better. I hate 7 o'clock because it's right smack in the middle of bedtime routine. And so anyway, I did 8:45 and 9:30 in the hopes that maybe some of my Pacific time zone people that would be better for, and those haven't filled. So I don't know if it's the time or if it's just that the people who need that time aren't available that night, or, do you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to take some time to figure out what times work best and why. But anyway, I wanted to add really quickly that we have to remember in terms of wholesalers, like, half the reason Emily does this is because they try and have everyone on their team, whether they want to do the business or not, go silver. And this is how they do it, because they let them know, let's get your product paid for. This is super easy. Send this message out to some of your friends and family, and 20 people, send it out to 20 people and get them on this call. And then they're getting those customers and ambassadors for them. They're getting them to silver by doing these little 30-minute Zooms. So this is something everyone can do, whether they want to work the business or not.
I agree. That's the whole concept. Simplicity, and keep it short and sweet, make it look easy and repeatable. That's what it's all about. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for the time. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to see you guys run with this. It's going to be a game changer. So run with it. It might be a little uncomfortable. It might be a little scary. It's a learning curve, but it's going to be worth it. So love you guys. Have a good one. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks, Whitney.
Bye-bye.